Hey guys, John Zombro here with the Lifetime Athlete. Welcome to the channel and thanks for being with me today. This is the second in our series of PT Basics shows, and the PT Basics shows are all about the fundamental concepts which we use in physical therapy and physical preparation to be pain-free and achieving peak performance through the lifespan. In the last episode, I talked about several of the important topics or considerations that we use, and I also mentioned that there is a deep dive podcast available at the Lifetime Athlete Podcast on each of these subjects, and there will be for the ones that we discussed today as well. So the very first thing that I'd like to speak about today is movement, and the concept that movement needs to be both economical and efficient. So in a nutshell, economy of movement is all about fuel preservation, or the minimization of waste in terms of energy. So we want economical movement, and just like in a vehicle, that's miles per gallon. We want to get the most that we can out of our bodies. Now, efficiency is really power production, or let's look at it a different way, horsepower per given RPM. And so when we make our movements more efficient, we generate more power, and the combination of economical and efficient movement leads to effective movement. And that's really the take-home message regarding that topic. Now, the next one that we want to look at is that training should be, for the most part, functional. And this word gets tossed around quite a bit and debated whether it's a valuable word or not anymore in the circles of training. But I'm here to tell you that, yeah, on one level, any movement or exercise or training pattern that we do probably affects some form of human function. But if we look at it a bit more deeply, we want our training to duplicate how we're going to use our body in both daily activities and in sport. And so the more functional or applicable we make it, the better. Now, the next topic is structure and function. So I think we've heard this before, and certainly structure tends to drive function. In other words, our structure or our skeletal alignment or arrangement or development will, to some extent, guide or drive the movement patterns that we generate because of, again, that architecture. Now, on the other hand, sometimes how we move or posture or our function can impact the structure or the development of the body in terms of bone density or muscle and tendon health. So there's certainly a relationship, but I wanted to make sure that everyone feels comfortable in knowing that your structure is unique, and therefore sometimes your movement patterns will be ideal for you, but there may be no definable perfect. I'd also like to mention healing, and healing is a really interesting topic. We've all had injuries and we've all undergone healing, but our tissues are different in how they go through the recovery process. Certain tissues like bone or skin are capable of regeneration, or in other words, creating new cells and replacing the injured or damaged tissue with brand new material and potentially being almost as good as new, or definitely that. Now, other tissues, particularly our connective tissues like muscles, tendons, ligaments, they really don't use regeneration to any great extent. They utilize more of the repair process, which is very dependent upon the formation of scar tissue and then the remodeling or minimization of that over time. Either way, when we heal, we recover, and whether we regenerate or repair, it's always important that we restore ideal movement patterns in the body. That way we have the most efficient, economical, and effective motion, the least amount of wear and tear, the least likelihood for pain or re-injury, and the highest performance capacity. So those are some of the things that I discussed in the Physical Therapy Basics podcast episodes, and you can search for those on lifetimeathlete.com and take a deep dive if you want, or simply just think about these principles that we discussed today a bit deeper and apply them to your own great success in all of your fitness, sports, and athletic endeavors. Hey, thanks for being with me, and if you're enjoying the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, this is Coach JZ signing off from the Lifetime Athlete, where you can achieve peak performance at any age.